Hi student, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will be talking about important topic of class 12th biology chapter 6 molecular basis of inheritance. The subtopic is transcription. This video is very important for your school examination, CBSE board examination as well as NEET examination. Like, comment, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel to get lots of videos coming soon related with class 11 and class 12 biology. So let us start this topic, today's topic, that is transcription. Now, what is transcription? Transcription is the process of copying genetic information from one strand of DNA into RNA. This is RNA, this is DNA, and from DNA, there is production of messenger. This whole process by which from DNA, RNA is produced, that is called transcription. Here, adenine form base pair with uracil instead of thymine. Instead of thymine, there is what? Uracil is there. Uracil is there. Here there is no thymine. Adenine is there, guanine is there, cytosine is there, and thymine is not there. Instead of thymine, there is uracil. So these are the base used to make RNA. Sometimes the question will be there, which are the following base which are used to make what correct sequence of the correct set of the nitrogenous bases which are used to make RNA. So adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. Thymine is not there. So if we see this DNA, so there are DNA is double stranded. One strand is known as coding strand. Another strand is known as template strand. Template strand. So new messenger RNA is produced by template strand. This blue color is template strand. This template strand code messenger RNA, not coding strand. There is one use of one enzyme that is called RNA polymerase. This RNA polymerase is the enzyme which plays very significant role in the process of transcription. A new messenger RNA always produced in the direction of 5' to 3' direction. 5' to, this is 5' and 3' direction. So we come to know what is the transcription is the process by which genetic information are transferred from DNA into RNA. DNA is double helix. One helix, one is in this helix there are two strands is there. One strand is known as coding strand and second is known as template strand. And a new messenger RNA is produced from the template strand, not from the coding strand. And very important enzyme which plays important role in during the process of transcription is RNA polymerase. And during this process, the raw material, nitrogenous bases which are used, they are what? Adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. Instead of thymine, there is uracil is there. And you have to always remember that the newly synthesized messenger RNA is always synthesized in from 5' to 3' direction. The DNA-dependent RNA polymerase. This enzyme is what? DNA-dependent RNA polymerase. catalyzes polymerization only in 5' to 3' direction. This is what 5' to 3' direction. 3' to 5' act as a template. This is what template. This is what 3' to 5'. This 3' to 5' act as a template strand, and 5' to 3' act a coding strand. 5' to 3' act as a coding strand. This is what coding 5' to 3'. It is what coding strand. Both strands are not copied during transcription. So out of this template strand and coding strand, only template strand is copied, not both. Why? Because the code for protein is different in both strands. In coding strand, the code of protein will be different than template. So this complicates the translation. Therefore, only one strand is copied. If two RNA molecules are produced simultaneously, this would be a complementary to each other. It will form double-stranded RNA and prevent translation. So this is what the sequence of nitrogenous bases. So out of these, this will not, this 5' to 3', it will be what known as coding strand. 5' to 3' is what coding strand. So the new messenger RNA will be produced from what template strand. These 3' to 5' will work as what template strand. RNA is produced from this template strand, and this is the DNA strand, and from this there will production of RNA, and it will follow the law of complementary. So here 3', what is the reverse of 3', 5'? So this messenger RNA is having 5'. Adenine form bond with thymine. Thymine is not there in messenger RNA. So what is this here? What is there? Uracil. Uracil. Thymine, adenine. Guanosine, cytosine. Cytosine, guanine. Adenine, thymine. Thymine is not there. Therefore, uracil. Then guanine, adenine. Cytosine. Then cytosine, guanine, adenine, uracil, thymine, adenine, guanosine, cytosine, cytosine, guanine. So in this way, new messenger RNA is synthesized. I hope it is clear to all. Now next. It is the segment of DNA between the site of initiation and termination of transcription. It is the segment. What is this is transcription unit. What is transcription unit? What is transcription unit? The segment of DNA. This is a DNA. This is a DNA. So the segment of DNA between the site of initiation, this is initiation site, and this is what termination site. So the segment of DNA between the site of initiation and termination of transcription constitute what? Transcription unit. This transcription unit, this is what schematic structure of transcription unit. So the transcription unit is consists of three regions. First region is what? A promoter. Second, structural gene. Third, a terminator. Now what is promoter? The binding site for RNA polymerase. This is a promoter where the RNA polymerase will form a bond located towards 5' end, that is called upstream. So reference points are identified on the basis of coding strand, not template strand. So this is present towards what? Which stream? Upstream. The 5' end is known as upstream. Second is structural gene, the region between promoter and terminator. This is what promoter and this is terminator. The region between this promoter and terminator, that is called what? Structural gene. These are what? Structural gene. This is what? Structural gene. A terminator, the site where transcription stops. This is the site where transcription stops. It is located towards 3' end. It is located towards 3' end. That is called downstream. So these are the schematic structure of transcription unit. If we see this diagram, there are three units are there. First is what? Promoter, then structural chain, then terminator. Promoter is located towards 5' end. Terminator is located towards 3' end. Between promoter and terminator, there is what? Structural gene is there. So we can say that this promoter is located towards upstream 5' end, and terminator is located at 3' end, that is called downstream end. This is a promoter. The gene may be what? Gene is from promoter to terminator. Okay. Here there is promoter gene, terminator gene, then RNA coding sequence. These sequence will be coding for RNA. Transcription will start after promoter. From here, the transcription initiation side. This is called upstream gene. Terminator, this is called downstream gene. And transcription terminate at this side. So here, this 3' is known as non-template strand, and this 5' there is what? Template strand. This is what? Template strand. So messenger RNA will be synthesized from this template strand, not from non-template strand. Other name of non-template strand is what? Coding strand as well. Gene. Now we'll come to know what is gene. Gene is a functional unit of inheritance. What is the functional unit of inheritance? It is gene. It is the DNA sequence coding for an RNA, that may be messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, or transfer RNA. So mRNA stands for messenger RNA, rRNA stands for ribosomal RNA, tRNA stands for transfer RNA. So this is what gene. Gene is a functional unit of inheritance. Cistron is a segment of DNA coding for a polypeptide. It is a segment of DNA coding for a polypeptide during protein synthesis. It is the largest element of gene. What is the largest element of gene? It is what? Cistron. This is a what? Cistron. If this is a cell, in cell there is nucleus, in nucleus there is chromosome, chromosome is made of DNA, in DNA there are genes out there. So what is gene? A functional unit of inheritance. What is cistron? It is a segment of DNA coding for a polypeptide. A structural gene in a transcription unit is two types. So monocistronic structural gene, that is also called split gene, and second is polycistronic structural gene. So structural genes are two types. One is what? Monocistronic structural gene. They are also known as split gene. And second is polycistronic structural gene. In monocistronic structural genes, they are present in eukaryote. They are not found in prokaryotes. Here coding sequence, exon or express sequence are interrupted by intron intervening sequence. In this monocistronic gene, which is here, this is what monocistronic structural gene. It is present only in prokaryotes. It is not present in, it is present in eukaryotes, not in prokaryotes. So you'll find monocistronic structural gene in prokaryote. Here a gene is there. It is having exon as well as intron. Between exon there is one intron is there. So exon is also known as express sequence. It is what? Coding sequence. Interrupted by intron intervening sequence. Intervening sequence. Exons code for protein, intron don't code for protein. So they alternate each other. That is called what? Monocistronic structural gene. Exons appear in processed messenger RNA. Introns do not appear in processed messenger RNA. So when messenger RNA is produced, both exon and intron will be there. This produced messenger RNA, newly synthesized messenger RNA, it will be having both exon as well as intron. So this will all undergo what? Processing. During processing time, introns will be cut. That is the splicing. It will be spliced. So only in exon will be there. So exon appear in processed messenger RNA, intron do not appear in processed messenger RNA. So sometime question will be there, what will be there in the newly synthesized messenger RNA? So both exon, intron. And what will be there in processed messenger RNA? Only exons will be there. Now second is polycistronic structural gene. This is what polycistronic structural gene. It is this polycistronic structural gene, they are seen in prokaryotes. Here, there are no split gene. We will not find a split gene, no exon, no intron. So gene 1 is there, gene 2 is there, gene 3 is there. So there are two types of structural gene, monocistronic, which are reported in eukaryote, having what both exon and intron. These messenger RNA undergo processing, then introns are removed. Whereas in polycistronic structural genes, they are present only in prokaryotes. Here, there is no introns, only genes are there. Now, transcription in prokaryotes. In bacteria is a prokaryote, like E. coli. In bacteria, that is a prokaryote, synthesis of all types of RNA are catalyzed by single RNA polymerase, whether it is what messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, or transfer RNA. All these different types of messenger RNA will be synthesized by using single enzyme catalyzed by a single RNA polymerase. The transcription has three steps in prokaryotes. First is initiation, second is elongation, third is what? Termination. What happens in the initiation phase? First, there is this side promoter side is there, terminator is there. So there is one enzyme called RNA polymerase. And this initiation will be done by one factor that is called sigma factor. Sigma factor. A sigma factor start the process of transcription. Then second is what? Elongation process. Okay, after starting, sigma factor will be released, and then there will be what? Transcription will start and RNA will be produced. RNA will be produced by this RNA polymerase. Then third is what? Termination. As soon as it reaching towards this terminator ends, okay, then one more factor that is called Rho factor. Rho factor will join polymerase, and then there will be what? The transcription will get terminated and messenger RNA will be released from this DNA. So these are the three steps: initiation, elongation, and termination in what? Bacteria, that is called prokaryotes. In initiation, what happened here? RNA polymerase enzyme, this enzyme binds at promoter site of DNA. First, it will come and it will bind a promoter site. This causes the local unwinding of the DNA double helix. So this DNA double helix will open. An initiation factor, Rho factor present in RNA polymerase initiate the RNA synthesis. So there is one factor called sigma factor. That is called what? Sigma factor. It is present in RNA polymerase to initiate the RNA synthesis. So in this way, the initiation will start. Now next is what? Elongation. During this process, this elongation, RNA chain is synthesized in 5' to 3' direction. RNA is synthesized in 5' to 3' direction. This process activated ribonucleoside triphosphate, adenosine triphosphate, guanosine triphosphate, uridine triphosphate, cytidine triphosphate are added. This is complementary to base sequence in the DNA template. So in this way, this RNA will be synthesized during the elongation process. Now termination process, a termination factor that is called Rho factor, that is called what? Rho factor, binds the, this is what Rho factor, it will bind to the RNA polymerase here and then terminate the transcription, and when transcription is terminated, RNA will be released. So these are the three important steps of transcription in prokaryote, that is called initiation, second is what? Elongation, and third is what? Termination. So this is what in prokaryote, these are the promoter side, then there is a coding strand, there is terminator, there is RNA polymerase enzyme is required, then messenger RNA is transcribed from the template strand. In bacteria, transcription and translation can be coupled. In bacteria, that is prokaryote, transcription and translation can take place at the same time. Translation begins before messenger RNA is fully transcribed. Why? Because messenger RNA requires no processing to become active here. There are no intervening sequences are not there. Therefore, there is no processing is required. Therefore, translation and transcription and translation can go hand in hand in so in bacteria, transcription and translation can be coupled, means it can take place at the same time. Why? Because translation begins before messenger RNA is fully transcribed, because messenger RNA requires no processing to become active. Why it does not require no processing? Because in the prokaryotes, there is no need of processing, because there is no introns are not there, intervening sequences are not there. Transcription and translation take place in same compartment. Cell in the prokaryote, there is no nucleoplasm and separation of nucleoplasm as well as cytoplasm. So there is no compartmentalization. Both are taking place, transcription and translation are taking place in same compartment. No separation of cytosol and nucleoplasm. But in case of eukaryote, there is a messenger RNA will be synthesized from the nucleus, then there will be processing, then this messenger RNA after processing, it will go in the cytoplasm, then there will be translation. But here in the prokaryote, transcription and translation are taking place in the same chamber. So it can take place at the same time. Even before the transcription is completed, translation can take place, where here see messenger RNA, because there is no processing of messenger RNA, and both transcription and translation are taking place within same compartment. But in case of eukaryote, here transcription is taking place, messenger RNA is produced in what? Nucleus, whereas translation is taking place in the cytoplasm. So here, after this production of transcription, this messenger RNA also go processing, then it comes out in the from nucleus to the cytoplasm, then there is a transcription. So in eukaryotic cell, no coupling of transcription and translation. In eukaryote, there are two additional complexities. First is what? There are 3 RNA polymerase are required. Second, the primary transcript, that is heterogeneous RNA. Heterogeneous RNA means it is having exon as well as intron. Contains exon and introns, and non-functional. And non-functional, this will be what? Non-functional. Hence, intron must be removed. So they will be what? This is what? Primary transcript, that is also known as hnRNA. Sometimes the question will be there. What do you mean by hnRNA? So HN means stand for heterogeneous ribonucleic acid. Here both exon and introns are there. They need to be processed. These are what? Primary transcript. These are primary transcript. So here there are UTRs, here there are untranscriptional regions. UTRs are there at both primary ends. So that's why they are what? They cannot be, there will be no transcription. 3 RNA polymerase in eukaryotes. RNA polymerase 4, it transcribes ribosomal RNA. That is what 28 years, 18 years, and 5.8 years. So RNA polymerase second, it transcribes the heterogeneous nuclear RNA, hnRNA, heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Heterogeneous hnRNA stand for what? Heterogeneous nuclear RNA. It is what? Precursor of messenger RNA. Third, that RNA polymerase third, it transcribes transfer RNA. 5S stand for Swedberg, it is what? Unit. 5S RNA and snRNA. snRNA means small nuclear RNA. So sometimes you have to remember these are very important. Sometimes question will be there. What do you mean by hnRNA? What do you mean by snRNA? So hnRNA stand for what? Heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Yes, snRNA means small nuclear RNA. So here this is a protein. This is ribosomal RNA gene. This is a protein gene. This is a transfer RNA gene. This is what here it a ribosomal RNA gene. For this polymerase first is required. It produces rRNA. mRNA is produced by RNA polymerase second, and tRNA is produced by what? RNA polymerase third. So there are 3 types of polymerases, RNA polymerase are required in eukaryotes. Processing of primary transcript, that is called heterogeneous nuclear RNA. When RNA is synthesized during the process of transcription, okay, so this is what? Primary RNA transcript. It is containing exons, and exon 1, intron, exon 2, intron, then exon 3. Then there is a RNA processing. During this processing, intron will be removed. Intron will be removed. So there will be now it will be known as what? Spliced RNA. Here exon 1 is there, exon 2 is there, exon 3 is there. Plus there will be capping as well as tailing. There will be capping process at the 5' end at the untranscriptional or translation region. Okay, there will be 5 cap will be there. That is mean guanosine triphosphate will be added. And here towards the terminator side, poly A will be added. A means adenine. So many adenine bases will be added. So this is called processing. So in the processing of primary transcript, that is called hnRNA, there are 3 steps. First is what? Splicing. Second is capping. Third is what? Tailing. What happening during the process of splicing? During this process, from hnRNA, that is called heterogeneous nuclear RNA, introns are removed. These introns are removed. These introns are removed. Removed by spliceosome. There is structure called who remove the introns? Spliceosome. Removal, this is called spliceosome. And exons are spliced together. And these all the exon, they are what? Spliced together. Exon 1, 2, 3, they are joined together. Then there is a capping. Capping means here a nucleotide methyl guanosine triphosphate cap. Methyl M GTP M guanosine triphosphate 3P is there. So here a nucleotide. Name of nucleotide is what? Methyl guanosine triphosphate. Methyl guanosine triphosphate. So triphosphate is added to 5' end of the hnRNA. Then there is a third step that is called tailing. That is called polyadenylation. That is called polyadenylation. Here, adenylated residue 200 to 300 are added at 3' ends. At 3' end, there will be what? Adenosine will be added. How many adenosine? 200 to 300. 300. Now, this is what? This was a DNA. From here there was what? Heterogeneous RNA is produced. Then there is in heterogeneous RNA there is exons are there, introns are there, exons are there, introns are there. Okay. Then there is a capping. At 5' end there will be methylated guanosine triphosphate will be added as a cap. Okay. So then these introns will be removed. These by what? Spliceomes. This intron will be removed by spliceosome. Then there will be tailing at 5'. Then here around 200 to 300 bases of adenine will be added towards 3' end. Then ultimately introns are removed, capping is done, and tailing is done. Now this is what? Mature messenger RNA. Now it is what? Fully processed heterogeneous RNA called what? Messenger RNA. This is what? Messenger RNA. So I hope this transcription topic is clear to everyone. Once again, I request you like, comment, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel to get lots of videos coming very soon related with class 11 and 12 biology, which are useful for CBSE school examination, board examination, as well as NEET examination. Thank you very much.